Hello and welcome to episode 11 of this Farmer Fred Manor Lord series. We've just expanded into this new region and we've been doing pretty well over here in Lumbridge, expanding out our farming. There's got quite a lot of fields here at the moment. Doing pretty well. These guys are very happy. But now we have this new region and we're going to have to give it a very RuneScapey name. So let's just go up here and change this. And I think this is going to be Falador. This really reminds me of the big lake in Falador where we have the White Knight's castle. So I know it's a bit smaller here, but that's really what it made me think of. So we're going to go with that and we're going to start building out this section in this episode. So this is actually also a pretty nice farming area. So I think we can get set up quite nicely. Obviously, we're going to go for fish first as our main food resource. And I think we can also supplement that. So we don't have berries, so we're going to have to supplement it with wild animals. So we are a little bit spread out between these two, which I don't think is an issue. I believe you can actually move this if you put something directly over the top. I'm not going to try that, but let's get our fishing set up. So I think where do we want to build it? Let's build it on this side. Let's have it looking nice over there. But let's get a road built actually off the King's Road. Build a nice bendy road around here. Maybe we can have our fishing hut at the end of that. I don't want it going that way though. Maybe let's just build a road going straight across. We can't get any closer actually, but maybe that lets us. There we go. That's what I wanted. So we'll build that, and obviously we need a lumber camp or logging camp. So I mean, there's going to be a lot of lumber in there, so I think we're good for that. Let's get that built there as well. And I think we'll have a nice little road coming straight through there. And obviously lumber can be the highest priority. We can get that set up. And we need those all-important other things as well, like the well. We're going to need a marketplace soon as well. Actually, I think the well can go straight here next to the fishing camp. Or the fisherman's hut. Definitely not a priority though. And you can see we're already moving that to start building stuff, which is good. Although that should be the priority. And we're going to need to move our supplies out as well. So obviously need enough resources for the storehouse and the granary. Having the granary near the fisherman's hut as well is going to be really useful. I think I might actually just put it a little bit off the main road. Just because I think visually that might look a little bit nicer. So let's maybe build it just over there. I mean, I know this is very not going to be efficient, but we are going for something that does look good in this. And next we also need a storehouse. I know I'm putting a lot of things down, but it's just ticking all these boxes really. So we want to move all of this stuff out of the storehouse. And I think I might just build... There's quite a big slope there. So I might just build a road that goes up on this level. All the way over there. Comes back down over here. Now I know kind of roughly where the slope is. And I think I will build probably another road going across here as well. And we'll build the storehouse along there. We'll probably have a lot of buildings like in this section, and we'll cram a few in there. Probably decent place for a market as well. So we have the fisherman's hut already. I'm going to get 2 families on that, get that started. And we'll assign 1 ox to there. And speaking of which, Don't know why I've just clicked off of that. We'll get another hitching post as well because we do have a little bit of cash that we can put towards this. So I think let's just get one over here. So we've got the well set up. We've got the fisherman's hut. They've already got some food coming in, which is good. We've got the logging camp going, so we have more timber supply. And we just need the storehouse and the granary. Oh, the granary is set up, actually. So, yep, obviously they want a market stall already, so we can give them that. And need to think a little bit here about where we're going to have our houses. So I think I would love to have some houses here and just have this all orchards and veggie plots. I think that might work quite well. So maybe orchards along this long area and sort of veggie plots up here. The first couple of houses, I think I'm just going to put in this top section. And maybe do them a bit further along. So I'll just build 2 houses here to get us started. Although that is going to take away some logs from there. Maybe we build them this way instead. I'm going to build nice big ones as well. Which way do we want the houses facing? Probably this way so they can get through there. And I'm just going to build a little road between them so they can have a little alleyway as well. And that should be the higher priority here, I think. Get this timer going again. And obviously not to ignore our Lumbridge area. So we're going to need to be harvesting some of this soon. We had a pretty weird situation with this field where it's kind of slightly plowed, slightly sown, and weird crop growth. But we've got a lot of wheat and some barley and flax. So we've got a little bit of everything at the moment. And we've got loads of fuel, but food is really what we want to be looking out for there. But these guys need to start getting stuff into the granary. Otherwise, it's going to be getting wet. And let's not forget that other ox as well. So this bread does have very high spoilage, which isn't good while it's left out. But it has low while it's in the granary. So it's really important to move that as quick as you can. I think actually I'm going to take one person off there and get these assigned. I do only have one family available to do all of this building at the moment. And I think actually I probably will take someone off this just to get things built as quick as possible. And they were asking for a market, and I think this is a good little place to give them somewhere for all their goods. It's quite a big plot, I think, but I think that's good enough. And we'll get someone in the storehouse so they can start moving all of this stuff as well. Probably don't need 2 people on the granary now. And I think we can probably build a couple more houses as well. These ones I'm just going to make into veggie plots to get us started and give us a little bit more help on the food side. So I think this section will have as veggie plots and this section will turn into orchards. I think that could be quite nice. And I reckon we could probably get 3 houses in here quite easily, actually. That's a very funky one on the right. I mean, I can just rebuild this road if I want to. I think I will. Just so we have more room there. There's this road. We'll connect that up as well. And then let's try and rebuild those houses. That's loads of space. There we go. We have 3 massive ones. I think more houses the merrier, really. Let's go those. Put that one on pause. So we hit the 5 requirements first. And we'll do those as very high, high, medium, and low. Even though that's pause, so that's fine. And still absolutely loads of food available. But good to get those veggie plots in early. I think I will stick another person on the fisherman's hut, actually. So that can probably stay as it is for a while. And we'll just fly over here to Lumbridge. We're at 97% approval. Pretty happy with that. Now I need to try and remember what our intention was for the backyards of these places. What have they got here? They just got little building ready for something? I don't know. But I think we could definitely do with expanding the living space for all of these. So this can continue to grow. These apple orchards just look mega. That is so much potential for not berries, for apples. God, you can't go anywhere without someone peddling you their berries. But these guys need fuel, which we do have plenty of. I just don't think we have the coverage for it. But we don't have anyone in the woodcutter's lodge. I think I will. We've got a lot of families free over here right now. Could even move this, but this forester's hut is doing a really good job. And I think I will expand their reach over here a little bit. So we probably kept a lot of these guys free to make sure we have them ready for farming, which is good. And oh no, our raw tax has gone up. So we do have enough for the next year, which is good. So about 250 days. Want to make sure we're keeping profitable there. And what are our taxes at the moment? We're only at 5%. I reckon we can whack that up to a healthy 10. And let's get our logging camp sorted. So we do have another woodcutter's lodge over there. I just think having 2 of them available is going to be really useful. Maybe we just... How many? I think we have a couple of markets already. So there is a little bit of lacking in food variety. I'm hesitant to create another marketplace. I don't think that's required. But how are we doing? We've got veggies, berries, and bread. I think I did want a lot more eggs, actually. That would be quite nice. And we also have a good supply of ale, so I'm not hesitant to upgrade stuff to level 3, so I think we should when we have the chance. This is just a normal burgage plot. But it only has... I think let's just upgrade it. I think that's fine for us. And those berries are almost gone, so keep an eye on those. I think it's always good to have foresters' huts, constantly rejuvenating the sort of forest area where you have stuff being worked on. I'm hoping now we've got more in the woodcutter's lodge. These guys aren't struggling. Oh, there you go. That's just ticked that box. It's really just food supply. But I think that will sort itself out over time. And we're doing okay for timber here. I need to get this He needs to get all these houses built, really. And food is doing fine. Not really struggling on that at all. Someone in the granary. I think I'll leave... Oh, we want them to... Actually, we do definitely want them to continue giving us some firewood. We don't have a woodcutter's lodge at the moment. I'm going to hold off on that for a little bit. So we only have one more family to appease with a house, which I think is a pretty fair request. So we'll get that built, and then I think we'll upgrade all of the... Let's get some more veggie plots in these as well. And then we'll get the living space upgraded for each of those. And you don't have too many burgage requirements all over the place to keep meeting. So clothing, obviously, that would be great if we can start getting this camp sorted. I mean, the only other option for that is if we go for linen or yarn. We could go for linen. I think ideally we'd have a bit of a bigger population so we can start farming. We do have great flax fertility. So even if we did one field, actually, if it was just flax, I think that would be great. So we could do a couple. Don't really want to farm here. I'd like this to all be housing if possible. Let's just have a little wander around town. So these are... That's our house there. He's working on the veggie plot. And you can see that there is a slight hill here. So I'd love to have orchards going there, if possible. We do have one development point already. And since we will be farming, I'm tempted to immediately put it into orchardry. But I wonder if advanced pond keeping is actually going to be more beneficial in the short term. But we'll just hold off on that before we go crazy. Let's skip this. Let's get the time going. So we're still at 48%. I think as time ticks over, I think people should be fairly happy with the marketplace aside from the linen issue. But there's nothing actually... I mean, it is going to be a very long walk for some people, unfortunately. But really, we should have at least a hunting camp built and starting to do something. So let's get that down there on the main road. We have a shrine here. Don't think I've seen that before. The Shrine of Falador. There you go. That will remain there forever. Well, we'll send some people over to build that hunting camp anyway. That is paused, so I'll leave that for now. All of these have been upgraded, which is really nice. And fuel actually is the issue at the moment, so let's address that as soon as possible. Woodcutter's Lodge we'll have over here. And let's have that as the priority. I'm sure some people have probably already gone over there to start building, but we've probably got... We don't have loads of timber. I actually thought we had more, but we don't have anyone working it currently. Well, since we've got so much food, I'm going to take some people off of this temporarily, and we'll have them all focus on building for now. And we'll go for another veggie garden. So we're over 50% now, so we can start growing Falador, which is awesome. I think we just need to get this population up a little bit. So each of these houses should have room. Oh, they haven't expanded yet. Let's upgrade those as well. That's probably where all of our timber has been going, actually, on these upgrades, plus these extra couple of buildings. I think that puts us in a good position. And we have someone on the hunting camp as well. So, didn't have loads of people for building, but for now, I think that's good. Just need to keep an eye on our food levels, but we should be good. And harvest season has now officially started, so we can't ignore the need for getting all of this done. So let's start assigning some people and livestock over here. So we got 6 over there. 6 over there. How much livestock do we have available? So we don't have any unassigned. But maybe we want to pull them off of some other resource. Probably don't need loads of timber right now. So let's take those guys off. We'll have another ox over here. And I think I'm going to put 2 more people on each. So we're fully stacked here. So let's just get all of this harvested. And I'll do my best to remember to take off all of those early harvest flags afterwards, but I'm sure I will forget a couple. How much do they actually have to do right now? Not really a lot. Take a couple of those off as well. Don't know if our granaries are going to be overwhelmed, but I think I'll put another person on the granary here as well. And let's get all of this farmed up. So I've only just assigned them, so trust them to get cracking. Those guys have already completely rinsed those fields. And the fields should change over in October, I believe. But look at them go. Once they get going, they're like little ants taking over everything. It's so quick. It's really cool to see how they work, actually. And we can... Oh, that one's also flagged. So we'll wait until October and just let things tick over then. But we should have an insane amount of wheat now. And that's all coming in. So we've got a lot of flax, a lot of barley. All of that wheat is coming in as well. God, that's a lot of barley, actually. Let's make sure the guys in our malt house are ready for that. Gonna need 2 of you in there. Might even need a second malt house at this rate. But there's nothing wrong with just having it stored up, really. So there you go. That's all of our fields sorted. And we've got actually quite a lot in our treasury. So not going to be struggling with this royal tax anytime soon. And I'm going to untag all of these while I... Well, that one didn't work. While I remember. Should be all of them. So we can actually get some guys back on that. Start harvesting this. We do need them on the farmhouses to turn that grain. Can we see it here? Need to turn that wheat into grain. Wow, there's so many of them. I think actually... Ooh, where is that happening? Okay. Need to start picking up there. So we have a lot of stuff still in the fields that need to be picked up. So the oxen can pick up quite a lot by themselves. We have 3, 6, 7 currently. Let's just speed this up. So we're now in October, and all of these should have ticked over nicely. So what do we have here? We've got 5 wheat, 1 barley. I think I probably could do with at least 1 flax every time. So flax maybe out there seems quite good. 69%, 63%, 70%. That could be one. Could have a winner. 73%. There we go. Let's change that one. That one definitely needs to recover. I think that's probably good. Let's leave those there. Just let those guys do their thing for now, and we'll take care of Falador over here. And I think winter is going to set in, so I think I am going to take this advanced pond keeping development point for now. And Falador is looking good. We're growing. We've got quite a few houses. Let's even start building that one. We've got quite a lot. We've got a good amount of fuel, good amount of food, and we are in a really good spot. Might actually move that hitching post. Let's move it over here. Don't really need to, but I think that makes sense. And our market, yeah, we don't have any clothing yet, obviously, but we are passively collecting some hides over here. So I think I'll wait for that to go up a little bit, but probably will start farming a little bit just to get the clothing requirement, because I don't really want to rely on a few bits of leather that we're going to get from that camp. I think it's probably going to be best if we focus on getting some linen through having some flax fields. So I think in the next episode, obviously we're going to continue expanding out Falador. We're going to start farming, so we're going to do some Falador farming, which should be quite fun, and hopefully have loads of orchards all the way over here at some point as well. So I think let's just make a road and let's have that as our little orchard section all along here, and that's where all of our housing is going to be. So I'm really looking forward to that. I think there's a lot of really cool expansion that we can do in Falador. And it's just really cool to see how this is growing already quite a lot. And we're just going to be farming all over this map. So there's a lot of growth yet still to come here. So thank you for joining once again. And I hope to see you in the next one.